Welcome back to the Rip Curl Women's Pro. We're into quarterfinal number 3, and what a matchup we have here. Lakey Peterson versus Sally Fitzgibbons. Kaipo girl along with 89 world champ Martin Potter and Potts. Look at this graphic here. For the year, 6 heat wins for Lakey, 10 for Sally, but the telltale sign is on the bottom of that graphic. Head to head, Fitzgibbons certainly a favorite with 11 over Lakey.
Yeah, absolutely. But for me, what the telltale sign too is that 14.08. As we see set waves starting to come through right now, a couple of waves in this set. Sally Fitzgibbons up and running.
Here we go, Sally. Like you said, the booty off, just a little bit of tape. That's a good sign for Fitzgibbons. Beautiful top turn to start off. Again, engaging the rail and driving through that turn. A little bit flatter section here. Sally's going to keep the board loose, weaving side to side, building up momentum throughout the inside. Needs to come around this whitewater section, banks it for the finishing maneuver. Successful. And right behind her, Lakey Peterson on the second wave of the set. We're going to catch up with the beginning. Let's see if she can finish. Missed time to finish, and that may cost the Santa Barbaran Lakey Peterson. Well, we'll see who the opening advantage goes to. We'll review both waves. Potts.
Yeah, well, watch this first turn from Lakey. Just driving off that back foot. Beautiful turn from her, keeping that board moving. And again, that searing turn from Lakey Peterson, dropping 10-point rides on the Gold Coast. This is just a new and improved Lakey Peterson. Talk about fit surfers on tour. Sally, one of them. Obviously, Lakey, she's no slouch when it comes to fitness, but you have to be at this level. And Lakey offering some huge turns to kick things off. Sally bends slow off the bottom and just accelerates through that turn. So beautiful surfing from her on this one as well. It's going to be an unbelievably close exchange. I think Lakey may be a little bit more aggressive out the back. Sally just super smooth, super clean. You can see how she keeps that board moving, keeps that momentum going down the line, and offers up that finishing maneuver, which, you know, is very, very important. Nice right there. So Sally, I think, is a little bit better through the end part of the wave. Lakey may be a little bit more aggressive at the beginning of the wave. I'm seeing very similar scores once this dust settles. And
she paid for it. Courtney Conlog is going to be doing battle in semifinal number 1 against Tyler Wright. That's going to be power surfing for the ladies. And like you said, Potts, similar scores to open up advantage to Sally Fitzgibbons with an 8.6 over Peterson's 8.33. Slight advantage, an advantage nonetheless. 8.6 for Sally Fitzgibbons, 8.33 for Lakey Peterson. And here we go, Fitzgibbons looking for the backup. Winding up, carves a beautiful rail turn to open up. Deep bottom turn in a second, beautiful carve. I love the look of this board for Sally Fitzgibbons. It's just kind of skating over the water so effortlessly and showing no sign at all of her injury. Looking really strong, and you know, Barton talked about those back spasms. It doesn't seem like they're affecting her at all. The finish again, Potts, as you said, was so important. Sally nails it.
You know what, Kaipo, you're so right with that board. I mean, that just looks like it is gliding so effortlessly over the top of the water. There's but in saying that, you know, when you've got those magic boards, you just rely on them so much, and your surfing really follows.
Here we go with Lakey Peterson on her second ride. Through the lip, mistimed, but corrects herself. She's going to continue down the line and realizes that was too much of an error to carry on that wave.
Smart move right there from Lakey. Save yourself. You've got to connect with that first turn. You've got to make sure that first turn is dynamic. She would have had to have done something, you know, out of this world to really post a good score. Sally, on the other hand, let's have a look. That beautiful board under her feet just sears into that first turn. And look at the connection between the maneuvers. Just nice, clean, smooth flow from her. You know, not trying too much on it. I mean, you can just tell she's cruising through her maneuvers. She's got a beautiful 8.6 already in her score line. Now she just wants to back that up. And as she brings this one through the inside, connecting the dots. And again, what does she do? Finishes off nicely. So smart surfing there from Sally Fitzgibbons, just backing up that 8.60. Great stuff from her. And we're going to see another solid score come in. And Lakey's going to have a little bit more work to do.
And the score in. Second wave of Sally Fitzgibbons. It's a 7-point rise. So combine that with the 8.6. a 15.6 heat total for Fitzgibbons in the Jeep leader yellow jersey, co-leader yellow jersey, actually.
Co-leader, yep.
And so now the work's cut out for Lakey Peterson in the red jersey, needing a 7.28. And we are in for it right now.
Snap yourself out of it, and I think it's obviously going to be a throwaway result for Lakey, but she's back on track.
Here we go. We can see a little more texture on the water coming through with the wind, and Fitzgibbons unloads a first big snap and goes loose on that second one, loses it, goes incomplete. That door is cracked open. Multiple waves in the set here. Coming through the Bell's Bowl outside. We'll see which one Lakey chooses. You can see there's a wave behind this one. She's going to scratch into this one. Frothy, white, foamy face. Beautiful arc, top to bottom, holding the rail the whole way. Deep bottom turn in a second. A little shorter radius. A little bit of skip out. Hits some turbulent water for Lakey, but she hangs through there looking for the closing maneuver. Hangs on, is going to have to grip through this one. Not the cleanest finish, but stands up on her feet. 7.28's the requirement, Potts.
Yeah, that's such a tough way to ride that one.
Potts, I did feel a bit of a struggle there for Lakey throughout that wave, and she really muscled through. We're going to take another look at it though, Potts.
Yeah, let's have a look. I mean, you know, the first turn, beautiful. You can see not quite as much white water on the face, but this wave kind of bent back in on the reef, and now it starts to get a little bumpier. So Lakey's got to pay a lot of attention. Right there, you can see the board bouncing, which is creating that bump, and it's harder for Lakey to really hook into those turns, and it didn't quite connect with that last maneuver. I mean, that was a difficult wave to ride. You can see the bounce, and as she comes off the bottom, this turn right here, very nice though, just hooks into it. Beautiful style. I love the intent on that maneuver. And then right here, the board sort of starts to, you can see her just starting to nurse those turns a little bit more. Didn't quite get that one all the way around. Right there, the board bouncing, kind of throwing her off balance just a little bit. Not connecting again with the white water like she wanted to, just those turns with conviction. And then that just forced her to nurse that last turn and fight her way through the white water. Great ability there, good balance to come out of that one. That was a tough wave to ride, but I got a funny feeling she's gonna need another wave. A no-brainer, but in saying that, well, those first two turns out the back were sensational.
The judges liked it, and now it's Peterson, Lakey Peterson on top, of 7.53. She fulfilled the requirement and beyond. Now, Sally Fitzgibbons, our co-Jeep leader, needs a 7.26, and Fitzgibbons with 2 minutes and 35 seconds counting down. She's going to have to will a wave here in the Bell's Bowl.
You know, in the heat of the moment, you make decisions and you have to stick by those decisions. You know, you can't second doubt yourself. Once you paddle into that wave, you've got to say to yourself, you know what, this is the wave I'm looking for, and I'm going to light it up.
Yeah, surf competition is not just ability, it is a series of decisions. And looks like Sally Fitzgibbons knowing it, she's conceding, and she's going to take home a 5th place finish here at the Rip Curl Women's Pro. And our first semifinalist in semifinal number 2 has been decided. Lakey Peterson is going to be in that semifinal number 2.